All right, we've got quarterback Dresser Wynn, head coach Jim Turner. After them, I'll bring in a couple other players. I think maybe some people might want to hear from Isaiah Henny as well. So, Coach, if you want to make an opening statement, then we'll open it up to questions.
Yeah, so, all right, so obviously a big win for us tonight. And really proud of the football team, proud of the way that they've handled themselves throughout. If you look at that win, it's obviously a huge win for us as a team. And same message that I sent to the team since I was the head coach the first week of the year, and I was the head coach here starting last week, so a total of 3 games now. And my message has always been that this league is about them showcasing their abilities. And at the same time, you're trying to win football games. And so I think what happened to our team is I was patient enough, right? I gave the other quarterbacks a chance, and I was patient enough to give this guy a chance. And obviously it paid off for us. Obviously he is a heck of a player, and he did a lot of things tonight to help us win that football game. And the number one thing is our team gelled. Our team gelled. We came out in the second series of the game, and we threw the long touchdown pass to D. Anderson, and obviously when that happens, you need to throw those punches in a game, and you have to land them, and we did. And I think it turned the whole game. It set the tone of the game, and it turned the game right there on the spot because it gave our team hope. And we just haven't played well on offense, and that's just the way it is. So understanding that, I was glad to see the way we came out tonight. He was a huge part of it. Of course, our defense was a huge part of this. Our defense played lights out throughout. You can see everything I said last week is true, okay? When you're missing 2 of your best defensive tackles, 2 guys that have been just stalwarts in there, and all of a sudden they're not there, and you have guys like Boogie and these guys playing all these snaps, it is a huge difference. It is a huge difference. So when PJ came back tonight, we were a better football team on defense. That's a fact. And so I thought the defense played well. Our special teams, Henny with the big return was obviously a huge play in the game. I'd like to see us close it out more on offense, but it is what it is. We'll take the win, and we'll move on from here.
Questions? Go ahead and take the mic, state your name and affiliation.
Yes, sir. Brett, with the bottom line, how big a win is this for the franchise coach and just the morale of the team, and considering you've been so close throughout the season?
Yeah. Well, I think the season is what I said it was before. You know, I see panic in people's eyes and all that. Not on the team, but just like outside the team. You know, and the tone is panic. And I'm like, every day you go to these practices, and he's there every day. I'm sure he'll vouch for this. I mean, when you're looking at these guys, I'm like, we got 20 guys that are borderline and 25 guys that are borderline NFL players. We got a good football team. And when you look at it tonight, right, we throw the ball to D, right? D's got to be 6'6", 235 pounds. He's a monster, right? Jay Adams is a monster receiver. I mean, these guys are big-time receivers, and they're NFL-type receivers. And I think that's easy to see. So my point, you look at our D-line, you look at our linebackers. Dowell came in and played an outstanding game. Eric, 33, he played a heck of a game on defense. You know, we just played really well on defense. And I just think, you know, to your point is I think our team's always known throughout all of this that we have a really good football team. We have really good players. And I'll tell you what we really have that I think is a credit to our GM is we have character in that building. Like at no time, I can't recall one player, okay, like this whole week, like because I'm the same person every day. And that's part of me just leading by example is to just be the same. And I told them that last week. I said, I'm going to be the same guy. If we don't win another game, I'm going to be the same guy every week. And that's what I am. And that's what I've always done, and that's what I'll always do. And so it is a credit to these players, 100% credit to these players. Our players are good enough. They showed it tonight, and we're obviously going to compete going on out from here.
I guess you have a new quarterback one.
I would say that's true right now, yes. No question.
Yes, sir. When you're making your first start, to hit a ball like that early in the game, kind of how big is that, just confidence-wise, you know, nerve-wise, and just things like that when you make a play early like that?
Yeah, it's huge to throw a punch like that, like Coach said. But my biggest concern is hitting a lot more shorter stuff, getting some more completions, like we sputtered at times. Can't have that stuff. But when you can have those explosive plays, it makes it a whole lot easier on the play caller, the quarterback, and just everybody out there. And just what stood out to me was, I mean, gosh, guys, you got to think to go 0-4 and then to be in a game like that. You know how easy it is for all those guys to, like, lay down right there at the end. But we've got some men in this room that were good ball players, like Coach said, and just good men. And to stick around at the end like that and to play through all that was pretty impressive to me. So I'm proud of everybody.
Yeah, kind of along that note, you lead the whole game, they score late, and then you miss a field goal right at the end. It's hard, that's a hard, I guess, to kind of to stay focused at that point. What do you say at that point, I guess, to your team and to your teammates?
Yeah, so I would say this, right? So, like, our kicker missed the field goal, but it's a long field goal, okay? He's a great kicker, and he's won more games for people than he's ever lost, that's for sure. So it was a long kick, and I think at that point, like you, okay, like the fans out there that are watching the game, I think that everybody's waiting to see our character, right? So, and to me, what you just nailed it was at the end of the game, it was all character right there. The catch that D makes at the end of the game, the way our defense held at the end of the game, I'm talking about during the conversions. So that was a character time. That's when you learn about your team. And so to me, when we had to go into overtime, as much as I didn't want to, I'd rather just win the game. But in the end, okay, like throughout my career, I've always loved when, like, if we're down by 7 or we're down by 14 and you have to fight your way back because you learn about your team. And so I think we learned today that the character in our room is real. The character in that locker room right there is real. We have some players that won't blink, and they're going to play to the end, and nobody goes in the tank. And that's, I think, is a huge thing for us. Like throughout that game, yeah, we were ahead, but there was different times where we were reeling a little bit, right? We sputtered on offense a little bit in the second half. We didn't get a call there on a pass interference on the second to last drive. But whatever, that's just the way it is, and I'm sure Skip didn't get a couple calls either, so that's just how a game goes. But at the same time, I think the end of that football game said volumes about the players in that room.
Anything else in the room? Otherwise, do we have anything on Zoom? No? Anything else in here?
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Wide receiver Isaiah Henny. We'll open up the questions for these guys.
Still, for you guys defensively, what did you guys do to sort of frustrate them and shut them down for most of this game tonight?
I think we really just stuck to the game plan. I think we were definitely on our keys a lot better this week. And then our D-line was just getting to the quarterback. The back end was covering. And, I think we just played good fundamental defense for most of the game.
Isaiah,
Yes, sir.
the kick six, you sort of walk us through, what you thought going out there and then just kind of how it unfolded.
I was out there for a couple of kick returns, and so I knew which way the wind was blowing. So as soon as they said they were going field goal, I didn't even wait for it. I just ran onto the field because I knew we were going to do a kick six. And it's something we've practiced. It's something we went over, and then we just executed it. And so it's kind of a one-off play, so not a lot of teams practice it, but we have. And so everybody did their job, and we made a play, and that obviously helped us win the football game.
You read the wind?
Yeah, that's our job back there, man. It's like a center field.
Right.
Yeah, Brett, with the bottom line, have you ever been involved with a play similar to that your return tonight?
Yeah, so I was funny story. So I was I forget how old I was. I was probably 17, 16, and I'm at my friend Chase's house, and Auburn and Alabama were playing, and they won that game. And to this day, I was like, man, if I ever get the opportunity to do that, I hope I take advantage of it. But not as a joke. Yeah, Derek Dillon did it to us. I was playing for the Maulers back in 2023, and they did it, same exact thing right before halftime. And I know how game altering that play can be, and so it was cool to have be on the other side of that.
Bill, when they scored late to tie the game, and then you miss a long field goal, how hard is it to sort of refocus, for that overtime, and kind of what do? Do you have to talk to each other at that point, or, to be able to refocus after a disappointment late in the game like that?
Honestly, I wasn't surprised, but what I was happy to see was just everyone. No one really put their heads down. Everyone was just ready to get out there for the next play. I think that's big for this team. I mean, just being able to go through that kind of adversity, giving up that touchdown late, but coming back and defending those 2-point conversions. I think that's huge for this team.
Can you guys possibly make a playoff run moving forward now? Can you guys kind of?
Is it statistically possible?
Wow. Yeah.
Then yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If the numbers say we can, then we can.
Anything else from these guys? Isaiah, I wonder if you would just, for me, if you could you kind of describe that play, kind of the kick six, as you saw it, as it developed and all the way through, we were talking on the sideline.
Yeah.
It kind of opened up and then there was some traffic. Can you just walk us through that whole thing?
Yeah, so without obviously giving away our game plan and what we do, I set up the guys. It's tough for them because Birmingham just came from a long drive, and I know on field goal, like they have a lot of the same guys, that are just trying to block the field goal. And so you can say that 70% of their players that are on the field are gassed from the drive before. So all it is being faster and being more athletic than the tall guys, the big guys on the field, running to our sideline. And we have a convoy, and my whole thing is making sure that I don't get tackled by a one-off because they don't see what's happening behind them, my blockers. And so if I make a move that's against what they already believe is about to happen, that's how a lot of I guess, defensive players or return players, that's how they make tackles because they just sit on one side and hope that the returner makes the wrong decision. And so for us, it was just trusting the guys. They keep telling me to stay on a certain plane, certain path, and then I kind of trusted that. And so it's a lot of rapport that you build during camp, even though our camps are short, and we all believe in each other. I've been in the spring league for a couple years, maybe a little bit longer than I wanted to be, but I know that the team that gets hot the latest usually has the best opportunity to win the championship. And so that's kind of our goal. I know it's only one win, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. However, we have an opportunity to kind of make a run, and if we're able to do that, then we'll do that.
All right, last thing. When did you know you were going to score, and what was that feeling like? What was going through your mind?
Man, it was I knew as soon as I caught it, I said, we're going to take this to the crib. But I knew for a fact after I think you could see when I put the ball kind of in my right hand and, I gave him the gladiator pose on the way into the end zone. I think that was kind of when I knew for a fact that I was going to score.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Good work, rapport.